morning, Western Slope. Happy Thursday. I'm Dalen Brazelton. Let's talk about your weather. Folks, it's going to be a lovely one for today as we are expecting another warm and dry day across the Grand Valley. I hope you are getting used to me saying that because I'm going to be saying it for a while longer here. Still waiting on that sun to rise on America's Mattress Live Tower Cam, but we're seeing some very clear skies right now, even a couple stars still twinkling out there, and we're going to have a lovely one. Unseasonably warm though. Folks, today is the warmest day of the week by far. Expecting to see those mid-50s. We're approaching about 20 degrees above the seasonal averages. And now while those temperatures will be decreasing heading into the tail end of the week, it's still going to be very warm next week as well. We're waking up right now to some of the warmest conditions that we have all week. 30 degrees in Grand Junction. We're seeing 32 degrees for Paonia and Glade Park. Nucla not too far behind that either. Delta and Montrose, though, very much so being outliers with everywhere else. Montrose seeing mid-20s. Delta in the upper teens at this point in time. We're expecting to see some very warm conditions starting in the afternoon. 50 degrees anytime between noon and 1 p.m. And then we continue to increase throughout the afternoon. Some parts of the Grand Valley will be seeing 56 degrees today, but all of the Grand Valley will be seeing nice sunny skies. Not really any cloud coverage expected for the region. So going to be a nice one. Getting out of that freezing range a little bit before 9 a.m. just like we saw yesterday and the day before. Now over in northeast Colorado, that's where things have kind of been a little bit more interesting because we're seeing fire weather warning. Yes, fire weather warning in the middle of January for a lot of northeast Colorado. Seeing Weld County, for example, having both fire weather warnings as well as high wind watches. Xcel Energy is actually planning on shutting down a lot of those power lines, affecting a couple thousand people up there in northeast Colorado to try and prevent some of this fire danger. It's kind of an interesting one. That'll be in effect until 6 p.m. tonight. For that Cozy Cat forecast, we got the Spice Girls hanging out with us all week long, and it's definitely a spicy one as well weather-wise today. We're seeing some nice cozy conditions for your morning hours. 27 degrees, a little bit warm, but still below freezing. That's nice. And then we're seeing some very warm conditions after the fact. By 1 p.m., we're seeing those 50s, and it just keeps getting warmer from there. Not a whole lot of wind speeds, though. Seeing a little bit less than yesterday, which is at least a nice change of pace. Now, what isn't a nice change of pace is how little rain and snow we're seeing compared to what we should be seeing. For example, we're halfway through the month, so we should have about half the measured rain and snowfall. Yeah, that's not quite the case. Typically for the month of January, we get 0.61 inches of rain. We're only at 0.2 of an inch. And with snow, well, I mean, this is just abysmal. We usually get 4.5 inches. We're only at 0.1 inches of snowfall right now. We got a lot of makeup to do here, and it doesn't really seem like it's going to be happening here. Over the course of the next week alone, we have got 0% chance of precipitation. Now, at the end of the 10-day forecast, we might be seeing a little bit of chances for those storm systems to dissipate, but that's not really happening right now or in the next week. Montrose is just a little bit cooler tomorrow, very noticeably cooler in the mid-40s, overnight lows in the low 20s, but what we're seeing this week is just been unseasonably warm conditions.